Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another video tutorial. Today's topic is area of triangles. So get out your composition book and a pen, and let's take some notes. How to find the area of a square rectangle? Well, you already know. It's length times width. You should know that. If you want to find the area of this rectangle, which means all the space on the inside, you take the length and you multiply that by the width. But when you're finding the area of anything, you're actually using squares. You're counting the number of squares that can fill up this space. How many squares can fill up this space? So you can see here, there's 3 squares that make its width, and there would be 5 squares that make its length. So 3 by 5, the total area of this rectangle is 15, but it's 15, it could be centimeters square, 15 miles square, 15 yards square. That just tells you the size of the square that you're using. If you want to find the area of a triangle, though, it's a little different. Well, if you look at a triangle is exactly half of any rectangle, square, or even a parallelogram. It's exactly half. So if I want to find the area of a triangle, yes, I need this, which is, you can call it its width or base, and I need this, you can call that its length or height, and then you just have to half it, because you can clearly see here this triangle is exactly half of this rectangle. You can see if I took this, cut it, and turn it, it would fit right here. Likewise, if I took this part right here, cut it, and turn it, it would fit right here. So triangles are always half of rectangles or square. So here I would just take 6, because that would be its base, multiply by its height, 10, and then I would half it. So the area of this triangle is 30 centimeters, but then square. Why? Because you're still using squares to find the area of a triangle. You're still using an actual square, and you're counting these squares. How many total squares can I fit in here? Squares. So you can see here another example of how triangles are exactly half of squares or rectangles. For example, this one right here, I could cut this part off, turn it and flip, and it would fit right there. Likewise, I can cut this part right here, turn and flip, and it would fit right there. So triangles are always half of squares or rectangles or even parallelograms. And again, to find the area, you need its base, you need its height, and then you got to divide by 2. Well, sometimes it's hard to identify, well, what's the base and what's the height? And what you just have to do is look for the right angle, and that's your height. And then finding the base is usually a little easier. For example, here, okay, this is a little easier. You know this would be its base, and this would be its height, because here is the right angle. Okay, and you can just see, because if I take these 2 numbers and multiply it, it's going to give you all of this. If I take 9 by 6, 9 times 6, it's going to give me the whole rectangle, but then I have to half it to get the triangle. Now this one's a little harder. Again, you're like, well, what's the base? Well, here's the base. Okay, where is the right angle? Well, you can see the right angle would actually be right about right here. Okay, so I would need this 4 by this 8, that's its height, and then you would divide that by 2. Okay, you got to identify what's the base, what's the height, and then divide by 2. The height is always where you find the right angle. Where is the right angle in the triangle? So press pause, and I have 3 different triangles. The little box right here is showing you where the right angle is. But press pause and find the area of each of these triangles. And then the next to last question is, well, tell me the height, or not the height, the base. So I tell you the area this time, and I give you the height, but I don't give you the base. So see if you can figure that out. And then the last question is, this is a Math Olympiad question / Top Wildcat. Sorry, Olympiad is only spelled with 1 D. But anyway, find the area of the shaded region. So I have a smaller square that's been turned inside a bigger square. Tell me what would the area of that shaded region, the smaller square, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video lessons, and I will see you all tomorrow.